Try this again. Cause I tried to shoot this earlier. I had a phone call and I had to take care of some stuff. Uh, 2 years, year and a half, 2 years, somewhere in there. I've been doing the job that I've been doing, and I want to talk about that and what I think. So when I started, oh, last year, year before, it was 3 years, 3 years, right? Yeah, 2020, yeah, 20, but, yeah. It hasn't been exactly 3 years, so yeah, it won't be 3 years until fall, because I started in fall of 23. Yeah, that's right. What have I learned and what have I done in that time? Well, let's see. I've done showers, I've done light fixtures, I've done switches, I've done cabinets and shelvings and closets and bathrooms and closets, painting, carpentry. At this point, there's nothing, a general contracting position that I haven't done, that I haven't experienced. And what I think of each of those jobs in the contracting world. I can honestly say my least favorite job is the painting. I'm not crazy on the painting. The reason for that is, man, you have to be dead on precise, and you have to be extremely steady-handed. With steady hands is not something I have. I have very bad hand tremors due to motor skill issues, so fine detailing is not in my resume. Electrical is another one that I don't really care for too much. Too much high risk. There's been several instances where we've hit the wrong, I have flipped the wrong switch in the fuse box, and I've damn near fried myself and my uncle. Because for some damned reason, there's a lot of these homes that do not have their freaking fuse boxes labeled. So if you're watching this right now, I don't give a damn what you're doing. If you're watching this video right now, and you think, I wonder if my fuse box is labeled, stop this video. Just stop the video, wait for the subscribe and the like, go label that damn fuse box. That's how people get hurt. I know that there's ways of doing it, but, still, sometimes a mislabeled switch is all it takes to burn down a house, to fire an electrician. Just go do us a favor and go label that damn fuse box, please. The breaker box, not the fuse box, breaker box. Go label the damn thing, okay? I'm about to blow a fuse just thinking about it. Anyway, that being said, back on track. I don't like doing electrical work unless it's, just changing out a simple light switch or a simple outlet or something. I got it. I do it all day long. Everything else, if I'm not running the wire before the sheetrock is up, I'm not doing it. That takes me tearing shit out, and it's just a mess. And me and my uncle have done electrical work in my room, and it's just not worth it for me. Because we had to cut 2 large holes in the ceiling because I was putting can lights in. Just, I figured, why the hell not? We had them. Fucking put them in. Another job, I'd probably say this is at the bottom of all the jobs that we've done that I absolutely despise its existence, but I have a great deal of respect for the men who do it. And that is any poor some bitch that works with drywall. And if you've worked with drywall, you know why. So we've had to patch holes in ceilings with drywall, and plaster, and mud, and caulk. Some of a bit drywall. I would rather paint a 3-story house exterior with no rope and just a ladder than to have to do, and I'm afraid of heights, than to have to do drywall. That is some of the heaviest shit, and I'm a guy that works out. That is sure some of the heaviest shit that I've ever lifted in my life. It's a full sheet of drywall takes me and my uncle. My uncle's 69 years old. I'm 31, and I'm not in the best shape. I'm not in the best shape. I'm working on it. Don't be calling me fat, because I am working on it. If you wonder why I'm holding scissors, I had something to do and I needed my scissors. They're going my 12-back. These are electrical scissors. I don't even know if they're a brand or not. I know they're made in the USA. But, oh, shush that. Dodge box. She hears me talking. So, I got drywall right over here. I look at that shit, and that's not my worst nightmare come true. So, mad respect to the men that do that stuff. Mad respect to anyone that does these jobs. The next job, I've covered the painting. I've covered the electrical, the drywalling. I go for runs. I know, laugh all you want. I ran a 5K not too long ago. I ran the Cardinal 5K, so laugh all you want. I run, and I still run. I run every other day. I was running through the neighborhood before my 5K, and I saw these 2 men with drywalling this garage, and I thought I wouldn't want that job. And one wrong move with a piece of drywall and that shit breaks, and then you have to go buy more. I ain't doing it. Carpentry, let me say carpentry, I can take it or leave it. Carpentry's pretty interesting when you do it. For me, framing is mostly interesting. I like framing. Fine detail, finished carpentry, not so much. I could probably do a cabinet or two, but I would lose, my interest in it. My thing is, I'm trying to think. I don't stick to anything for very long. I've had numerous hobbies in my life, and none of them are stuck. I've tried leatherwork and rosary building. Nothing hobby-wise sticks outside of golf and fishing and hunting. That's all that really ever stuck. But that's because of the shit I get to play with when I do these things. Golf, I've got golf clubs. Fishing, I've got fishing pole and 50 million variations of lures that I can mess with. Hunting, we all know what we get out of hunting. But we know what we get to play with when we go hunting. And I love to play with them things. So, carpentry, as far as, it goes, framing, I think it's pretty neat and interesting, but I wouldn't want to do anything else. Building structures, I think it's pretty neat. Seeing it go from the ground up is pretty cool. That leads me with plumbing. This is another thing that we've done, plumbing. Let me just say that plumbing is probably the one thing, if I had to pick one, plumbing is probably the one I'd pick. If they came to me tomorrow and said, Okay, you gotta work one of these jobs for the rest of your life. Sun up to sundown from now until the day you kick the bucket. What are you gonna do? I'll probably go with plumbing. Now here's why. Plumbing is the one job that we've done that did not test my patience. Running pipes, hooking up pipes, I can use a crimper and put pipe together. My uncle's just trying to figure out how to use that crimper, but like anybody, you'll get it eventually. We bought one. He's like, I'm not even sure how this works. Read the package. Read the package. I mean, it's self-explanatory half the damn time. All right. It's self-explanatory. Is this, okay? This is a lot like a firearm. Don't squeeze the trigger until you're ready to use it. Common sense. That's self-explanatory. A chainsaw is a little more complex. But you know where I'm going with this. So, for me, I honestly think plumbing is probably my go-to. I thought for a while I wanted to be an electrician because it seemed simple enough. And then I see them up on them ladders, and I'm like, no, thank you. I don't do ladders. I'll put in Mama's basin for you, but I ain't gonna do no damn ladder. Anything. I'm afraid of heights. For those of you who don't know, definitely afraid of heights. And my logic is, and it will always be, if God wanted me up that damn high, He'd have given me a set of wings and said, fly, my son. He didn't. So I'm going to keep my fat ass right here on the ground where it belongs, okay? Because there's just no way in logical hell that I'm going up there. Because I know that without a doubt I'm going to lose my balance. I'm going to fall off that ladder or off that roof or off that railing or whatever the hell I'll be on. I'm just not going to do it. I do what I do majority for the business is assembly most of the time. Putting things together, installing things. Somebody will have a new set of bathroom bullshit. Hardware, towel racks and whatnot. Well, I want this over here, and that's what I do. And I put that over there, and I put that over there. Mostly put shit together. Which does save, it helps the business because then they're able to do that while simultaneously painting this old batch living room and painting this old put bedroom and whatever. I don't mean that in a mean way. I just, after going on almost 3 years now, I've come to the point of there's some ones I don't even want to get up and go. Be honest, I could. Half the time I don't want to do it, but I do it, and I'm glad I do it. But for like the first 10-15 minutes of the day, I'm not a happy camper. I'm just like, nah, screw this job, screw this whole idea of working for a living. But I don't want to be that guy that everybody goes, it's just a lazy something. No, I'm not. I have a hard time taking orders. I have a hard time staying in line. I have a hard time with authority. And a lot of if you have a problem with authority, I want to say this in the nicest freaking way I possibly can. If you have a problem with authority, this is probably not the job for you. Because you're going to have bosses, you're going to have foremen, you're going to have managers, you're going to have owners of whatever company you're going to have people above you. Yes, you may be one of those guys that's a foreman. There's still going to be people above you. And, you know, you know, I don't advocate for unions, but sometimes unions are necessary. I get that, because sometimes these businesses ain't worth shit. However, for me, fortunately, the owners of the business I work for are family, and it's just the three of us. And we don't take on big job, big cash, you know, major business opportunity. We just take on what we can handle. And that is what makes everything so much easier. It's just three people in a simple job. Everyone has their thing. One goes high, one goes low, and the other guy makes sure everything is out of the way, in the way, and put together. So, I mean, it's something that you could probably do. Assembly services are great. I consider myself the assembly service branch of this business, because that's the majority of what I do. That is 85% of what I do in that business is putting stuff together, putting stuff back, putting things where they go. Like switch plates, vents, the things that, you know, need to be mounted. Hi, I'm the one that, yeah. Because I can do it. I can do it fast and efficient. So, if you want to get into the trade, my advice to you is make damn sure it's something that you are comfortable with doing, that you have confidence in yourself to do, and then you'll never work a day in your life. And I've come to realize that in, you know, the 3.5 years that I've been doing this. It's just, you got to give it time. You got to give it patience. It may seem like hell now and heaven later, or vice versa. I know for me it was heaven, now it's hell, but, you know, I find my place on the job. I do what I can do, and I do that extremely well. That's all you can ask for. That's all my bosses ask for. Who are my aunt and uncle, by the way. Just try. That's all you can do. Do what you're good at and do that well. See you guys.